지하 1층으로 올라갑니다. 문이 열립니다.
Had to let him know. So I'm gonna take my oatmeal to the teacher's room and I'll show you what that looks like. I better put on a mask. The vice principal sits over there, administrative staff. I come down here and make copies sometimes. So I'm just gonna kind of walk you through what I do. So you saw earlier that I turned on the TVs. I don't turn on the lights yet, just because I'm gonna have to turn them on later and it's kind of peaceful right now. I usually already have my lesson plans done, which is the case today, I think. We'll see. Because we went somewhere this weekend, so I don't remember if I'd like finished everything. I'm pretty sure I did. Scooch back a little bit, a little close. All right, too close. Okay. So I'm reorganizing my files, and so I've been putting things in different locations, and I don't always remember where I put those things, but I found them, so that's good. So today I have 3rd and 4th grade. I'm not gonna video like my classes just because I don't know what the rules on that are, and so I'm just not gonna do it. I know some teachers do that and they post it on YouTube and stuff like that, but I just don't wanna run into any issues. What else do I do? Turn on the AC. That's really about it. It's gonna be a typical Monday. So my schedule varies a little bit. Today I have 4 classes, and I have 4 classes every day except Friday. It goes from 8:40, which is kind of early. Usually your first class will start at 9 o'clock, but my first class is 8:40, and there's no break in between. So each class comes 5 minutes later, which most people wouldn't like, but I kind of like because my day's over very quickly. So my first class is 8:40, each class is 40 minutes, and my last class ends at 11:35. So I'm done by 11:35 every day. And then I get into my afternoon routine, or the afternoon routine I'm trying to start anyway. Each situation is different, and I'm sort of micro, I guess this is gonna be
학생들께서는 학생들이 모두 안전하게 대피 있는지 인원을 체크해 주시기 바랍니다. 다시 한번 시작. 예, 잘했습니다. 자, 우리 서른하신께 인사해요.
So I just finished my Monday and I'm drained. Even though I only have 4 classes, each one kind of brings something different to the table. Like, I don't know how much of this is going to see it into the final video, but I want to give kind of an immediate reaction to each day because each day is so different. And by the end of the week, I sometimes look back and think, oh, well, this day wasn't that bad, or this day was this bad, or this day was much worse than it usually is, or whatever the case happens to be. So to give an immediate reaction, my 3rd grade classes were really good today. They listened very well. It was easy to go through the lesson with them. My 4th grade classes, on the other hand, were kind of rough. I say that. One 4th grade class was excellent, and they did a good job, and they're always good. The other 4th grade class was really hard today. So just finished my jump rope activity. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to open my overnight oats. So this is kind of part of a bigger thought that I've had today. I've been thinking about like what to say in this video, and I'm not sure how much from earlier today made it into this video. You know, the goal here was to do like one video showing that I had 4 schools, but honestly, like I have a lot of thoughts each day about each school, and I think I may make it into 4 separate videos. We'll see, who knows? Anyway, overnight oats is my lunch. It's about 1 o'clock-ish. Usually, you will have, if you're a teacher in Korea, usually you will eat school lunch. So it comes out of your paycheck, and the reason for that is it comes out of every teacher's paycheck, and they use that money along with other funds to pay for all students to have lunch. So no student is denied lunch, no student is charged for lunch, no student has overdue fees or whatever. And you know, that's really nice. That's something that Korea definitely does right in the school system scope of things. You know, every kid should be able to eat lunch. Now they all eat the same lunch, so there's no variety. When I was here in 2018, I ate school lunch every day and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not eating school lunch because I have 4 schools, and because of that, I don't feel like I'm able to get to know the lunch ladies very well. And so when I was here in 2018 to 2020, what I did is I was in the same school, one school, every day. And so I got to know the lunch ladies, and I was able to kind of have an understanding with them as far as like how much food I wanted. And this sounds super entitled of me when I say this, and I've explained it to people before, and you know, I'm sure I got some eye rolls and stuff, but this is something I was thinking about earlier. You have to put yourself first here. And if you don't, you're gonna run into some difficulty. And what I mean by that is you need to put your physical health and your mental health above everything else. Above the job, above relationships that you have here, above anything. It is the top. So I noticed that my physical health was declining in part due to lunch. And the reason for that is the Korean diet is very carb heavy. And as an American, you're not necessarily used to a lot of carbs in your diet if you eat healthy. And I was noticing that if I ate lunch, I would come back to my classroom and I would be very unproductive. I would be very sleepy. I would take a nap. So from 2019 to 2020, my last year in Korea, before coming back, I was sleeping every day during my planning period. So I wasn't getting a lot done. And ever since I stopped eating school lunch, I get a lot more done. I'm not tired. And so just that benefit alone outweighs almost everything. But I also want to get back into shape. And it's very hard if I don't know how many calories I'm eating at lunch, and there's no way to tell unless I bring my food scale, and even then you don't know because a lot of Korean food has hidden sugars. So a lot of things here are sauced, and because of that, there's like sugar in that sauce, and you don't know how much. Sometimes it's a ton, and sometimes it's not. And there's just no way of knowing that. And when you go through a lunch line in elementary, they serve you. And in middle school and high school, I think you can serve yourself, so it would be a little easier. But because they serve you, I was wasting a lot of food because I don't want this big, huge thing of rice. And I would like more meat or more fruit. But I can't get that without seeming entitled. And also, I just didn't want to waste food and didn't want to seem disrespectful in that regard. So when I came back this time, I just said, I don't want school lunch. And I've been a lot happier because of that. And I'm not sure how much of my earlier rant or talk about what I was talking about made it into this, but to kind of summarize what I'm saying, beyond the physical health is the mental health. And you will find that your mental health declines a little bit here if you don't take steps to ensure that you have those moments. So I went and jumped rope because I just wasn't feeling good after my classes. And after jumping rope, I feel a lot better. And I feel like I have better perspective, because something that's easy to forget is that these are kids and they don't necessarily mean the things that they say or do. And especially younger kids. And so you have to kind of remove yourself from the situation. If I just sit here and I stew in my feelings and I complain and I vent, then I'm gonna feel worse and worse. So for me personally, going and jumping rope helps alleviate some of that anxiety and some of those negative feelings to where I can better quantify how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling the way I do. And I think that's really important. And I hope that, you enjoy these videos or video or whatever it turns into. And, it's neat seeing what I do every day. But the one takeaway I want you to have is you have to think about your mental and physical health. And that's not just true for me. That's not just true for coming to Korea and teaching. That's not just true for foreign teachers. That's true for any occupation. You have to find ways to take care of yourself. And if you have to step on a few toes along the way, so be it. Do I think sometimes that other teachers think, oh, why isn't he eating school lunch? Yeah, but I don't care. And I'm never gonna care because it makes me feel better. And it's something I had to do to lead a better life. And I'd choose me every time. So, finished my oats. That's really about it. Something about having 4 schools is kind of getting in the groove of knowing what you can accomplish at each one. So I know today I can accomplish a lot, today and tomorrow, because I'm at my school where I have my own classroom and it's far away from everything and I don't have to move. So today is when I try to plan for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I at least like to have a rough idea of what games I'm gonna play, what activities I'm gonna do on the rest of the week. On Tuesday, because I'm here again, I will finalize those plans, make sure everything works and stuff like that. Because Wednesday, I don't really have a chance to plan because I'm kind of in and out of my classroom. Thursday, I'm in the teacher's room, and that's when I plan for Monday because I might as well do something while I'm sitting there. And then Friday, I don't have a chance to do much of anything other than teach, so there's not a chance, as I said, not a chance to do anything.
18, 21, 22, 23.
Very good receiver can certainly do. His absence can make Julio Jones go from one of the league's best receivers to Julio.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to our channel. Catchphrase.